The Vatican recently stepped into a growing debate inside the Catholic Church. According to reports, the Dicastery for Divine Worship and the Discipline of the Sacraments told 2 bishops in Argentina that they cannot forbid Catholics from receiving communion while kneeling or on the tongue. The bishops involved were Archbishop Marcelo Colombo of Mendoza and Bishop Gabriel Barba of San Luis. Both had introduced rules limiting how people could receive the Eucharist. Archbishop Colombo reportedly insisted that an Argentina communion should be received standing. Bishop Barba encouraged extraordinary ministers to receive communion in the hand and teach others to do the same. But Rome responded clearly. The Vatican reminded them that Catholics are free to receive communion in any form officially permitted by the Church. That includes kneeling and receiving on the tongue. For many traditional Catholics, this was an important victory. The controversy in Mendoza became especially heated after a Catholic teacher and several students reportedly knelt at an altar rail during Mass. According to reports, a priest reacted angrily and denied them communion. When complaints reached Archbishop Colombo, he defended the restriction instead of correcting it. Critics saw this as an abuse of authority and an example of church leaders trying to control liturgical practices too aggressively. Traditional Catholics also pointed out what they see as a contradiction. Some bishops appear strict toward traditional practices like kneeling for communion, while at the same time showing openness toward progressive movements and modern social causes. The debate is not only happening in Argentina. In the United States, Bishop Michael Martin of Charlotte created major controversy after announcing plans to remove altar rails, kneelers, and other traditional communion practices from churches in his diocese. He argued that kneeling is not automatically more reverent than standing, but many priests and lay Catholics strongly disagreed. In fact, 31 priests from the diocese formally challenged the decision and asked the Vatican to review whether a bishop has the authority to ban kneeling at altar rails when the Church itself allows it. Some priests reportedly described the situation as deeply divisive. One even warned that the conflict could become a train wreck. At the center of the debate is a much deeper issue. For many Catholics, kneeling during communion is not just a personal preference or old tradition. It is an act of worship, a visible sign that they truly believe Jesus Christ is present in the Eucharist. That is why many Catholics become emotional when church leaders try to restrict it. To them, kneeling reflects humility, reverence, and adoration before God Himself. The Vatican now faces growing pressure to apply church law consistently. In Argentina, Rome moved quickly to remind bishops that Catholics have the right to kneel. But in the United States, the Vatican is still reviewing complaints and has not yet issued a final decision regarding Bishop Martin's policies. For critics, this creates frustration. They believe Rome sometimes acts firmly in smaller cases while moving more cautiously when dealing with influential bishops or larger dioceses. Still, the Vatican's message in Argentina was significant. It reminded Catholics around the world that kneeling for communion is not forbidden by the Church. It remains a legitimate and protected practice within Catholic worship. And for many faithful Catholics, that matters deeply.